This content that I'm choosing to consume sucks, and I'm going to let you know, even though I'm the one that's choosing to consume it.
But you don't follow me. What I do is not your niche. Like what I went on her page and it was to see like if she was a follower so I could message her. And it was like her like likes her cat, and like her whole world was like the number of cats that she had. And I was like, babe, we're not even on the same room. We're not even in the same room. We're not even in the same house. Yeah. Why are you offended by what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't be interested in your stuff and you wouldn't be interested in mine. Just leave the situation.
Do you still read the comments?
Yeah, I do.
Of social media. You need, honestly, the one thing that I've learned through everything is just don't.
I know.
Because no matter what you do, there'll be 100,000 people that see it. 1% of the people are just not, for whatever reason.
But that's the only one I remember.
Exactly.
I think that's a big part of the business that I would love to learn to be more robotic about, but I take it really personally. Like,
well, it's your business.
I'm still, yes, I'm a boss and I lead and all that. But see, when it comes to like my work, I take it very personally, and I take all feedback. And I know I need to learn to just be like that feedback is not relevant because that person who's given it is not a consumer of mine, or
employee. He's
nothing.
Not employed. You don't
put money in my bank. You don't put bums on my seats. But I still read them. I need to learn to just. But then I'm scared I'd lose the human touch that keeps me human.
It's some of it's important, especially in retail. Like if someone's had a bad experience and leaves a comment saying why they had a bad experience, you should definitely be reading them and being like, oh, I can improve upon this. But sometimes you get people that are just
post.
Or sometimes you just get people that want to complain and they don't actually have facts to back it. Or let's say there's you buy something and you want a refund because you've tried it on, worn it in a night out, and brought it back.
Oh, I hate that.
That's a lot of what happens.
That's not me.
Especially
you can't afford it, babes.
Yeah, especially when it comes to like luxury.
Designer
we were
stuff.
Talking about luxury watches or like Gucci bags. Like a lot of people want a photo with it, and then they want to give it back.
This is the bloggers.
Yeah.
They all do it.
Yeah.
I hate it. And I think you're trying to like advocate a life that you live that you don't, to influence people that also can't afford it and that will put themselves out because they will actually buy it. Just be real. Like, tell me where you get your stuff. And
how do you think that affects your niche, like aesthetics? Do you think that these bloggers and influencers have a real draw in terms of what people go for in terms of procedures?
Yeah, massively. Not just bloggers and influencers, because I think we went through an era in lockdown where we started to cancel celebrities.
Yes.
And
everyone was bored and was like, what do we do?
Like, oh, great, you're living a wonderful life. So we started to look at the level below, which is our influencers, our local celebrities. And I think they influence both positively and negatively, because when somebody gets something done and they look mental, that spreads faster than the one that gets something done and they look good.
Right.
And my whole ethos is that your treatment should be a secret. Nobody should know what you're getting done. You should just look fresh. So it's difficult to sell because none of my patients look like they're getting anything done. Whereas the influencers that are getting things done and their lips are overfilled, they're all over social media, in group chats, and they're being discussed. So I do think they have some influence, whether it's positive or negative. Mm-hmm. And the beginning of my career, I had a lot of influencers messaging me to collab.
For free treatments.
And at the beginning I was like, yeah, like this is exposure and I want to do it. And they would come in and I would be like, this is actually a therapy session and they don't need anything. Or the things that I want to do for them is half of what they would like. So they would do like a selfie in the clinic and then they would leave and they'd go somewhere else where they would get the treatment that they wanted. And they'd plaster that all over social media. So it's hard because it doesn't always go in line with your ethos. So at the beginning you're like, oh, but I need the business and I need the reach, but it completely contradicts what I do. And if I don't do it, I'm not going to get the business and the reach. But I just stuck to my ground. I just said no. The other one is influencers that have like 600,000 followers on TikTok and they have 200,000 on Instagram, and they're like, I want to do a collab and you can pay me X to post. But then you go on their page and they have a huge following, but it's from OnlyFans. So it's men. I'm like, the people that you influence are not my consumers though. So there is no investment in me treating you to have bigger lips. It's going to make you more money, but those cumulative 700,000 men are not going to be coming to my clinic. So that was a hard one. I learned that the hard way.
What was it these influencers were after most? Like when I see it, it's normally the lips.
It's fillers, yeah. It's fillers. So lips.
And but why? Like what? Because I'm a guy, so I don't really understand the trend there. Like even my girlfriend was like, maybe I need lip filler, and I was like, why do you think that? Like what's causing you to think that? And I think it's just the repetition of social media.
Everyone's doing it, yeah. So lip fillers is the fastest way to get the biggest impact in your face, because you can do fillers anywhere in your face. Cheeks is really, really subtle. Chin is really for balancing. These aren't things that people notice. Like you and I, as people that are very in tune with our faces, will know something's changed, but no one else is going to know. Whereas lips is that immediate, something's changed. You look incredible. Where did you get it done?
Yeah.
It's a display of, I have expendable cash to spend on myself. Number one. Number two,
you think it's status?
It's status. The second one is it's increased sex appeal. Like bigger lips, anatomically, biologically, when you look at every culture around the world in history, bigger lips is sex appeal. You look at the Egyptians, is the first thing that they invented with makeup, is redder, bigger lips. But it's kind of like I talk about rich and wealthy. So people that are rich don't have branded outfits. Everything is clean, and they could wear t-shirts $400 but you wouldn't know about it. Whereas people that come into money, these Love Island celebrities or
Geordie Shore,
fast money, they're rich, so they are experiencing a lifestyle they never experienced before, and they want you to know about it. So they are branded head to toe, Prada, Louis Vuitton, Gucci bags, and it's a status thing, right? It's like a show off, it's a pride. Aesthetics is exactly the same thing. So for you to have something obviously done, it's demonstrating that I have expendable cash that I can spend on myself. Look, can't you see? I have my lips done. It's the exact same thing as me walking around with a Louis Vuitton bag or a huge Prada hoodie or something like that. Whereas wealthy treatment is what I always advocate, is you shouldn't look like you have anything done.
Like more natural.
Yeah, your wealth is that you look healthy. That's it. Like I'm 38 next year. I want to look healthy. And that is the equivalent of me wearing shop hard jewelry over Gucci. It's just that status. But if you're doing things that are really understated and goes unnoticed, but you want people to know that you have money, that doesn't usually work. And so that's why lips is such a statement piece, because it's obvious something's changed. You can show off and you feel sexier. And it's not a difficult or painful procedure, whereas the other ones can be a little bit more uncomfortable for patients.
It was interesting. I was talking to Dr. Rebecca Norman, who she's a doctor as well, and she does the same kind of thing. And we got onto the subject of social media manipulation, and we were looking at do you have your phone on you?
Yeah.
What's your screen time? Take a look at this. This is really interesting.
I've never done this.
So
how do I find screen time?
If you type into the top just screen time, and it should Jesus Christ, this is terrible.
Screen time, okay.
Yeah.
For get insights about your screen time and set limits as needed.
So is it not on? You haven't turned it on yet?
Yeah, because I don't need to know.
so mine, like if you think about this, typically the average for a young guy or girl is about 7 to 8 hours a day. Okay, mine's 4 hours, so actually it's not as bad.
7 to 8.
7 to 8 hours, right? Let's say that half of that is on social media. Yeah. Probably, if you are going on social media. And you know how like social media tracks you? So if you say, I really want lip fillers, all of a sudden the ads. Mm-hmm. So if 4 hours a day, every day for the next year, you were getting hit with, here's lip fillers.
Here's another example.
Look how good I look. Or for guys, I remember I was talking to my brother and I was like, oh bro, we're going to need to get the hair transplant soon. Turkey's calling us. And it was a joke, but all of a sudden my whole algorithm was like, hair transplant. Look at my journey through the hair transplant.
It if it continuously shows you, you then can't ignore it. So it's a constant thought. Whereas back in the day, my mom and dad would be like, I really would like a red Christmas tree this year. It would be a conversation that you'd have, and then you would forget about it because your life is so busy. But if you were constantly being shown red Christmas trees in the windows, and then somebody got it in their car, and then you went to your friend's house and they had it, you'd think, oh my God, this is a thing. Or remember when I had that conversation that I wanted it, so you would buy it. And this is why I said to my mom, I'm a consumer's dream because I'm constantly being shown what I thought about one time a week ago.
Or searched one time. Yeah.
And it will not stop until it's in my basket and I've checked out. Like, and with everything, like Zara is my biggest one. It'll show me girls wearing it and I'm like, yeah, it's nice. Then it'll show me another girl wearing it. I'm like, oh, that actually looks quite nice. And then it's in my basket. And then before you know it, it's reminding me, did you leave something? Did you forget something? Sign out quickly with double click.
£10 discount. Yeah.
It's wild. You just literally double click. I don't even need to remember my bank details, my cards, nothing. It's so easy to consume now. And
be manipulated by it.
Yeah.
Like really get manipulated by it. And that's what the, the political landscape does a lot. Like if you actually go on the Conservatives or Labour, like TikTok pages, it's viral, like it's taking the piss out of the other parties.
Yeah.
And they're trying to catch you in that ecosystem to all of a sudden you're going, actually, yeah, the Tories do suck or the Labour do suck.
Yeah.
And but I feel like the point of that was, what is your thoughts on the kind of advertising of these procedures?
It's so unethical.
So is that your status on it?
It's so unethical.
Okay.
Because an advertising standards agency do have some say in it and they do have some control, but only on prescription medication. So they're really strict on Botox because it's a prescribed medication. So they treat it the same way as me advertising chemotherapy. It's like that to you. Your brain's like, what? Why would you advertise chemotherapy? But it's a prescribed medication for a specific issue. But with fillers, there is no real guidance on it. And even with who can do it in the UK, there is no regulations. And I think, we're talking about watches and I'm talking about Zara clothes. It doesn't impact my body in a negative way, or it doesn't influence me to make a decision where it's going to have long-term effects. I can buy a crazy dress and then look back at photos and be like, what was I thinking? But when you're changing your body, and I'm only going to speak on behalf of women, is we go through phases where I'm like, I'm having an ugly day. What if I decide on my ugly day when cookies is really rampant and I'm at my 7 to 8 hours of, you can look pretty, you can get your fillers, you can do, and I go, do you know what? I'm just going to do it. And then you make an appointment and then the wrong practitioner does the treatment for you. That has a permanent effect on your body. You can decide to dissolve it later, but it's already in there.
When you dissolve it, does it still stretch the skin?
It can.
Yeah.
It depends on how much has been in there.
Okay.
Our skin is our largest organ, so it's really adaptable. It's really malleable. So when you dissolve, if you give it enough time and give it enough support, it will go back to what it was.
Right.
But what if you do it and you get an infection, or you block a blood vessel, or you get delayed onset nodules and you're looking at steroids, and it was just that moment of madness where you didn't need it, but you were influenced, and it was just like a accumulation of all. I was in a bad mood. It was shown multiple times. An appointment came up. I did it. Just like a recipe for disaster. I think advertising or manipulation, as we were talking about, for treatments that can change your body, I think about plastic surgery as well, is completely unethical. And there are countries like Germany that you can't even showcase a before and after. It's against the law.
And do you agree with that?
I agree with that, yeah.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be shown as trivially as we see it on social media. I do it because I have to keep up with the game, but I don't agree with it. And you can see from my socials, I'll show before and after once every 4 months. And the rest of it is educational videos about what is filler, what can it do, what's a skin booster, how does aging impact us. And I try and be more educational to give you the tools to make your own decisions. But Canada's the same, and Germany is a big one. They're leading. I think Geneva is the same, where it's illegal to show before and afters. Whereas plastic surgery, for example, I've lost weight. I'm looking for mummy makeovers. I see mummy makeovers before and after, constant. There's going to be a moment where I'm going to be like, right, this is the guy. I'm just going to go and book
snap.
it.
Yeah.
If I didn't see it all the time, I would just be content with where my body is, and I'm happy. I'm healthy. I've got 2 kids. Everything's fine. I'm not uncomfortable anymore. If I keep seeing these abs and these like lifted plump titties, I'm gonna book it. I'm a human. I'm a consumer. I'm a woman, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's really unethical.
Yeah.
And it's like prying on. It's waiting for you to just be weak and then pop.
Well, that's the thing. It's preying on insecurity. Whether it's a guy getting a hair transplant or a girl getting fillers or a nose job or like it's preying on insecurity. Yeah. There's actually a stat I wrote down. This is really interesting because I didn't expect this because typically, right, you'd think that people would get fillers for showing signs of aging.
Yeah.
Because that's typically what it is, right?
Yeah.
So
no.
The stat in the UK. So in the UK, people that receive dermal fillers over 50% are under 35.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah.
Which is insane. And I'm just thinking, does that, like in your opinion, from what you can see, does that directly correlate with, I'm guessing the rise of social media has gone like this?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I mean, the filler industry has grown by 57% between 2018 and 2022. It's directly correlated.
Yeah. There's 3 things that's happening. Number 1, social media. But the generation that are aging, so I would say like 45 plus, are not on social media. And if they are, it's for like, I'm going to use my mom as an example, cooking and gardens. They're not looking at
or dog videos.
Or dogs.
My mom's like cute puppies and that's pretty much it.
Or people falling over. My dad likes to watch people falling over. Or signs. So the older generation, the aged generation, which is what we typically would expect people to seek aesthetics treatments for, are not on social media. And if they are, they're not following these kind of pages. Number 2, that generation thinks about filler like plastic surgery. Like my mom is like, you do what? And she thinks I'm like doing brain transplants every day. But that's not what it is. You guys just didn't have access to it. And so it's so alien to you. And number 3 is between 2018 and 2022, we went into lockdown for 2 years where we were all on our screens and everybody got exposed to it and we got brainwashed. She planted a seed that's now grown all the way into 2026. So when you combine those 3 things together, of course it's not going to be anyone over the age of 35 because they think it's crazy, they think it's excessive, or they're just not exposed to it. But below 35, doing your aesthetics, you can get in a nail salon now because it's so unregulated. So that generation wrongfully look at it as trivial as getting your nails done.
So somebody that can do it, so what you're talking about, someone that's not qualified as a practitioner.
Yeah, and it's not regulated in the UK, so you can do it. You can go on a 2-day course and you can start doing it here in your room. You don't need to be regulated. The only people that are regulated in Scotland are medical professionals. But as a medic, I'm already regulated by my regulatory body, which is the General Dental Council. So you're barking up the wrong tree. You're regulating someone who already has really high standards to adhere by.
Yeah.
You need to be creating a regulatory body. It's so backwards. So if you're a medic, you're doubly assessed, doubly inspected. And if you're a non-medic, it's just like see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. The Healthcare Improvement Scotland are trying to bring in changes, but it's too late. There's already so many people used to that price point, so many patients used to that price point, but also so many practitioners that are used to that form of income that you can't just introduce a law and then expect everyone to comply. It's like saying, well, Class A drugs are illegal, but I'm pretty sure you can get it within the next 10 minutes. And it's a Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah.
It doesn't undo it. It just puts in a law so that they think, well, we're making some changes. It's too late.
Yeah.
In Dubai, you can't do it unless you're a plastic surgeon on a certified board. Full stop. That's it. That's how they started. And there is no get out of jail free card. They're very strict. That's how it should have been. Mm-hmm. But in the UK, anyone can do it. Anyone can do it. So we are dealing with young, potentially insecure patients that want to get it done, that are constantly being exposed to before and afters. There's people that are doing it for really cheap. Of course they're going to go. So then they can say to their friends like, yes, I got my lips done, look. And then you don't want to be the last one out of that group that gets it done. So then it's like a domino effect.
Yeah.
So then everybody gets it done. I've had so many girls come to me and I say, so why are you here? I'm the only one in my friends that doesn't have lips. And I'm like, I'm going to ask you again. Why are you here? Yeah. Why are you here? Like if I was on the phone, tell me why you're here. Like, I want to understand anatomically why you're here. They don't, because it's a status thing. Like, well, everybody's wearing Yeezys, so I gotta have Yeezys. Well, everybody's got the Rolex Pepsi, so I gotta get the Rolex Pepsi. It's a status thing. It's like, have you read Lost Connections? It's a book about depression, but basically there's 9 things that keep us happy in life, 9 basic steps. And one of the main ones is a sense of community. And the only way that you feel safe in that community is to all be singing from the same hymn sheet.
Like fitting in.
You have to fit in. You have to fit in. And I would love to be eccentric and solo and be like, I don't care. I'm just going to do my own thing. But the base of it as a mammal, as a caveman, I have to fit into my tribe.
It's like a primal instinct.
Yeah. Right? So you and your girlfriend have to like the same things. Otherwise, you're not going to be a team. You and your family all have the same values because that's what keeps you together. And friendship groups, yes, you all like went to school together and you kind of like the same things. But equally, you typically see that everybody almost dresses the same or looks the same or drives.
That's why uniforms are a thing as well.
Yeah.
In school, it's blanket.
To keep you, that's to try and make sure that nobody competes, but also to create that sense of community. So girls, there's always one person that goes first and then it's like domino effects. And I see it all the time. Now I'm treating everybody in that group because there's a hen coming up and I just know, well, if Donna's coming in, then Louise is going to be there and Louise is going to then Amy's going to email me. Like they all just come together. And it's even now, like I was driving in today and I saw 3 girls walking to school, not wearing uniform. I don't know what school it was, but they were all wearing the exact same thing. It was a white hoodie with a denim jacket, and then their bottoms were different. But I was like, that's your uniform. That's your mean girls thing. So as soon as one of them gets their lips done, the other 2 automatically get it. And we talk about social media influence, but there is a human influence as well, which is the community aspect. And that's hard to tap into.
Is that guys as well? I'm guessing with guys, it's not as common to do fillers, or is it that an older demographic that starts to do that, or is it just not as done with guys?
I don't think guys care as much. Guys are really alpha. Well, not all guys, but alpha males don't follow, they lead. So my husband doesn't care if Cristiano Ronaldo is getting it done. He's like, well, I don't want it. So that's it, full stop. Yeah. But there are groups that are influenced and they do it together. But men are very logical. So they do it for aging and they will not come in until they see signs of aging and they're aware that they can do something about it. But they're not going to come preventatively. It doesn't make sense.
Well, it's not preventative because you're still going to age despite getting it done or not.
Yeah, it just slows it down. Yeah, it does slow it down. Like I'm 38 next year, and my friends that haven't got it done, their skin actively looks older than mine. But
right, so you can kind of start to see it.
Yeah, I am definitely aging, but I'm just not aging at the rates that they are. You almost like sedate the aging process.
And is that because of preventative or is that fillers?
Preventative. So I do Botox, which means that I relax the muscle that's moving.
Okay.
So that muscle, therefore, is aging slower because it's not as active. My skin's not getting stretched or bending or folding the same time or at the same rate as somebody who hasn't had Botox. I also use, so think of it as like, I always explain it like a child jumping on a cushion, okay? Or a sofa. So you've got 2 brand new sofas, you've got 2 children, the same age, height, weight, everything, and they're jumping on the sofa. And then I take this child out for an hour a day, and then he comes back, and I take him back out for maybe a day, and then he comes back. But this guy keeps going. And then at the end of the year, you look at the sofas, this one's going to be really frayed and bent, and maybe the fabric's all gone or whatever. Whereas this one is still there's still some signs of jumping, but not as much as this guy. That's what Botox does.
Okay, so it just freezes the muscle.
Yeah, just relaxes it for 12 weeks. And then it comes back. And then it just relaxes it for another 12 weeks and it comes back. So you're absolutely right. I'm still aging. I can't stop the aging process. but I can definitely slow it down or slow down the damage.
And how does that, like, is it a serum that you're injecting? And if so, where does the serum go after? Does it just dispel?
Yeah, so it's botulinum toxin is a protein.
Right.
When you see it in the vial, it looks like a smear, kind of like if you finish your coffee and then you go to it the next day, just that smear that's left. Ugh. It's like nothing.
Yeah.
You reconstitute it with bacteriostatic saline, which is water, basically.
Right,
then you have a water fluid, and you inject the water into precise points into the muscle. That protein is absorbed by the muscle, and it stops what we call the SNAP75 complex, which is like a communication between the brain and the muscle. So the brain says, frown, and it sends the signal to the muscle, and then you frown. So it stops that cycle. So the brain still says frown. Like, I think I'm moving my face, but when I look back at the videos, I know I'm not moving my face. Okay. Because that communication's been cut.
And then over time, it
grows back up again. Yeah, because it's like that protein is constantly growing the way our nails are growing, our hair is growing, our skin is growing. So eventually, slowly, the messengers start to wake back up again. And then when my brain says frown, I'm frowning again, which is when you would want to then do your Botox again.
But what happens to the Botox that's in your system already?
Nothing. It just breaks down, just disappears.
So it's like, so because it's a natural protein, it just disappears?
It just disappears, yeah.
And does that stretch the skin or no?
No, nothing. So protein, the Botox just relaxes the muscle. There's no implants being injected in. Whereas filler is a jelly. It's like it's a hyaluronic acid based jelly. It's derived from horse bacteria, and in its purest form.
Horse bacteria?
Yeah. It looks like white. When you see it in the lab, it looks like white hay.
Okay.
Or cotton candy. It looks like candy floss. And they break that down in its purest form. It looks like water.
Okay.
Then they mix in what's called a bonding agent, which I would call glue, and it makes it a bit more sticky. So it goes from water, then it feels like lip gloss. Then you add a wee bit more bonding agent, and it feels like shampoo. Then you add a wee bit more, then it looks like hair gel. Then you add a wee bit more, and it's Play-Doh. So you've got the spectrum of thicknesses of filler.
Right.
That is an implant. So when I inject that under your skin, that jelly, or let's say shampoo, is underneath your skin. If you inject enough of that or enough of the thick stuff, your skin has to make room. So it stretches to create space. And that's when lips get bigger or your cheeks look fuller. Okay. And that also breaks down, but we're now seeing from MRI scans that it's not breaking down to the rate that we would like it to.
So it's still in your system?
It's still in your system. So then you get it done again, you're just building on top of that. You get it done again, you build on top of that. And then what's happening is we start to lose our reference. So if I came into this room next week and you had painted half the room, I would say, like the exact same color, I would be able to compare it to the other half, and I know that something's changed. I'd say this side looks so much fresher. Why have you only done half the room? Because you have something to compare it to. But if you'd painted the whole room, I'd come and I'd sit down because I have nothing to compare it to. And that's the problem with filler in the face. If you don't have somebody who's documenting your before and afters on your records, neither of you have anything to compare it to. So then you're like, it's been a year, my filler's gone. It's not gone, it's just minimized. So then you do another one, and then the next year you do another one, and then before you know it, your face is completely distorted because you have nothing to compare it to. And that's where we're starting to see weird filler.
Yeah, and it seems to be the lips part mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember, my editor's going to edit this and be like, I can't believe he's talking about this, but I was seeing a girl for a while and she was getting her lips filled.
Yeah.
And it was getting to a point that it did not look right at all. It was humongous.
It doesn't match the face.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And she got them dissolved. And I remember we were like kissing and I could feel the skin.
Yeah. It's like saggy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was really bizarre.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget being like, I don't know how long that'll take to like
refill
go back. Yeah. Or does it go back? Or is it because you've stretched it so far, it's like a stretch mark now? It's almost like...
No, it will go back. So hyaluronic, when you dissolve filler, the hyaluronidase, which is the drug that dissolves filler, breaks down fake hyaluronic acid, which is your filler, and natural hyaluronic acid, which is what keeps us looking plump, because we have natural hyaluronic acid within us.
And that's a good thing.
It's a good thing. It's like keeps our skin oily and fresh. Babies have the perfect skin because they're saturated in hyaluronic acid. And as we age, we slow down the production of that. So when you have somebody that's dissolved lip filler, they've removed all of the support that the filler was giving them, and they've lost some of their own natural hyaluronic acid. So you have this like saggy, limp skin.
Right.
It will absolutely come back, but it can take months to years to come back. So when I'm dissolving lip filler on my patients, I say, you got to come back in 2 weeks, and I'm going to put a skin booster in your lip just to speed things up, because you're going to look wrinkly.
What's a skin booster?
Skin booster is pure hyaluronic acid on this end of the spectrum. So it looks like water.
Right. Okay.
When you inject it into the skin, it just gives it support back. So gives it the age of a baby skin. And I do that a lot. I do that every 3-4 months.
And that's just a natural thing.
It's not a filler, so you can't change your face. You just look more hydrated. It's like me injecting water into your face. You're just going to look more hydrated. That's all it is. But that's a really good complement to wherever you've dissolved 2 weeks later, just to help replace any natural hyaluronic acid that you've diminished by using the hyaluronidase. So your ex-girlfriend's lip is being overstretched, which will come back because I assume she was young. But also the hyaluronic acids that she's lost, the natural one, is going to take a while to replace.
Yeah.
So it's just it feels a bit empty.
It's just a weird, and she didn't need it. Like, the thing is, she was gorgeous, gorgeous girl. And I feel like potentially what you're talking about in terms of the social norms.
Yeah.
Somebody got it in her friend group. She then saw that. Somebody else got it. They're all starting to drop. Right, I need to get it now. It's like a social contagion.
It's so, like, when you go into it, it's so complex. I watched a film called Substance. Have you seen Substance with Demi Moore?
Is it when she's old but also young?
Yeah.
Oh, I think my girlfriend watched that.
Really messed me up. Like, I went to work the next day and I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing?
Explain the premise
in this world. So Demi Moore is has-been. She was like a really big deal back in the day. She's a gorgeous girl, like was every poster. And now she's old. She's not. She's like 45. But society would consider her old. So she is slowly starting to get cancelled, like, because there's new and upcoming gorgeous
models
girls. And like, thanks for your time, but you're done now because you're no longer pretty. You don't serve us. She finds a drug called Substance. And this drug you inject, it allows you to be at your prime, so your younger self, for 7 days. And then you have to switch back to your current body, which is your old body, for 7 days. So you get to live
as you did,
and then you have to come back to balance it. So it shows her young, driving to Starbucks, and she like cuts somebody up, and the guy goes to beep, sees that she's pretty, and he's like, on you go, and it's fine. She goes into Starbucks, she gets her coffee, and the guy's like, it's on the house. She's like, okay, cool. She's out clubbing, and like everyone is buying her drinks and complimenting her, like she's feeling good. It shows how society treats a young, pretty girl, which is so true. And then 7 days later, she has to switch back into her body, which is now she's old. So she does the exact same journey. She cuts somebody up, and the guy's like, hey, what are you doing? Like shouting and abusing. She's like, I'm so sorry. She goes into Starbucks. The guy skips the queue. And she's like, sorry, I was waiting here. And he's like, oh, shut up, old woman. And she has to wait, and then she has to pay, or they get it wrong. She goes to the coffee and they've got it wrong. Then she goes to her work office, and people are walking past her, not saying hi, nothing. It's a very good depiction of how you just disappear when you're no longer useful as a woman in your looks. That was her job. So when she goes back into the young body, it gets to day 7. She's like, I don't want to go back to my old body, so I'm just gonna milk it for like one extra hour. In fact, she has a one night stand, and at midnight she's supposed to go back to the old body, but she's with this guy, so she doesn't go back to the old body till like 4 or 5 a.m. But the drug has then taken more from her old body as punishment.
So she gets worse.
Yeah. So now she's got like wrinkled arthritis hands, and her skin's all changing. She's like, it's not a big deal. I'll just wear gloves.
Yeah.
Then she can't wait to be young again. And then when she's young, she takes the piss a wee bit more. And then when she goes back, she's got like that hump back, and she's all changing and aging faster.
Yeah.
That eventually she goes back to the young body, and she's like, I'm never going back. Like, I can't do this. So she really milks it. She was young for like 3 months, and eventually like all her teeth start falling. She's bleeding from the nose. She's dying, yeah. And she calls the guy that's dealing the drugs, and the guy's like, you got to stick by the rules. You got to stick by the rules. And she's really angry at her old body. And the way that she speaks to her old body is really vulgar. Like, we see it in the movie depicted as a young girl fighting with an old woman, but it's actually the same person. And the way that they speak to each other, like, you're disgusting, you're old, control yourself. I'm like, we've all said that. I've said that. When I've had a Toblerone, I'm like, I'm only going to have one triangle. Only one triangle, right? I end up having 3. And then the next day I put jeans on. I'm like, God, you're just so fat. Like, why did you do that? Like, you have no self-awareness. Like, you're so embarrassing. Like, you speak to yourself like that all the time, and it's normal. But when you see it as if I was to speaking to you like that, like, oh my God, you're so fat. You have no discipline. Like, are you not embarrassed? That's really mean. That's evil. We would not be friends. So she eventually goes back to her old body, and she's dead. Like, she's completely curled up. Like, she can't speak. She's lost all her teeth. And she goes to the drug guy and is like, give me drugs to undo this. And he's like, you can't. You're
going to die.
You're going to die. You took the piss out of the deal. And she's like, I just can't be old in this world though. Like, I don't want to be old. So she gets the medication and she injects the young body, thinking she's then going to create a younger version of the young, and then she'll just live between those two, and she can just dispose of the old body. But what happens is it creates an amalgamation. It creates this monster. So it's got 2 heads, 4 limbs, 4 body, like horrible, like teeth on her back, like very sparse hair, but like a beard, and it shows a depiction of the level that women will go to stay young and beautiful. This monster, like this monstrosity, is what society pushes us to do. And it's a really good way of demonstrating what we're doing with semaglutide medication, which is this skinny jab, Ozempic, Mounjaro, Wegovy, whatever you want to call it. Like, people are going to great lengths. And where she goes to get the drugs, by the way, is really messed up. It's like she's crawling under corridors, and it's black, and there's like homeless people, and you think you just wouldn't go there.
Yeah,
it's not safe, but she does it anyway. It's a really good depiction of what women are going through right now to get the skinny jag, to make them young, healthy, beautiful, and how society just, even if you want to come off, reminds you why you shouldn't, because you just don't get that preferential treatment. It really, really messed me up, because a lot of it I saw in myself. Like, I'm not nice to myself if I've indulged. I indulge because I'm not nice to myself in my everyday and how I eat. I am really strict. I then like starve myself. Especially like postpartum, I wanted to lose weight. I put on 5 stone when I had 2 children. Society didn't treat me nicely, but I then didn't present myself well. It's like horrible, vicious cycle. And if I could get a needle that would make me pretty or accepted or loved, I would have taken it in a heartbeat, 100%.
But it's not thinking about like the
long-term effects of it. Yeah. There's not, because when you're desperate, you don't care about like, oh my God, the repercussions of it. I'm trying to think of like a male version of, you've really wanted this Daytona. There's like a 3-year waiting list. It's come up, but it's come up at the worst time. Like, you and your girlfriend are having to sell, and you've just saved up loads of money to buy this new house, and the watch has come up, and you're like, oh my God, I just don't have whatever, 67 grand right now. Well, I have it, but it's for the house. I can't give it right now. And you're like, fuck, I've waited so long. I'm just going to buy it. And you're just so desperate in that moment. You don't think about the long-term repercussions of having that watch. The house might fall through. It's going to affect your relationship. And then how are you going to get another 67,000? Who's going to sell that? Who's going to buy that? And because you just like live for that buzz, that drive to be able to like go out and you know, like fix yourself, and you've got it on, and it's a status thing. It's a acceptance. It's society or your friends or somebody saying like, oh God, you did well. We are driven by that. Matthew McConaughey, I was listening to a podcast he was on the other day.
Chris Williamson.
Yeah. And he said the most disturbing thing about society right now is not how we feel in our achievements, but how others feel about our achievements. So you see it in basketball players, they shoot, and the first thing they do is they watch the screen, and then they watch the
reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how well you did or how much your coach is like, you smashed it. Like all you care about is, did they capture it well? And how's everybody thinking about it? That is how we now in society decide if we are successful, is if everybody else thinks that we are, not even for us anymore. And that's a really, really messed up time to be alive, because everything depends on your socials. Who's liking it? People are hiding their likes because it's not enough as much as, doesn't matter how many people liked it. Like, did you like it? I'm putting up transformations, and I think I'm so proud of that work. I couldn't have done that 5 years ago. I'll get 47 likes, and I think that's feeble, but I don't care. Like, I'm proud of it. I know my colleagues are proud of it. It's something I couldn't have done 5 years. So I've grown, and that's enough for me. But there are pages that will hide their account because it doesn't give them the praise that they believe they deserve. And that's where we are. We're living in that culture of long-term implications of your momentary decisions. It doesn't compute. It's not a thing.
It also instills like a lack of confidence in people. Like, you can kind of see that they're looking, someone that's truly confident in themselves, it's internal confidence.
Yeah, they're not looking for external validation.
None. Whereas someone that's putting on a front, you can kind of see it because they're looking for your reaction. And I think there was a really good, and photographers get this all the time. And when I was in that industry, I definitely saw this. The kind of likes and the shares and the fuck, I posted this photo and it's only got 100 likes.
It deserved 1,000.
It deserved 1,000.
Yeah.
But what I found really beneficial is taking it away from the digital and applying it to the physical. So now I get more satisfaction getting a print on the wall than I would posting it on Instagram.
100%. That's art.
It's art, and it's your work, and it's the same across any niche in any industry. But I think a really beneficial thing for people to do is to apply it to the physical world.
Yeah.
Did you write a book, or did you make a photo book, or why don't you, craft something or paint something, or read?
Yeah.
Instead of just going online and looking at what others think of what you're doing.
But it's so rare. Like, people that think like us are very, very little. There's not that much of us left because everybody's online. So then, like, you're just outcast. It's like everybody's at a party. We're all at a party. The world is a big party, and everybody's in the living room, and there's a very select few people that are in the bedroom. And we're almost having our own entity.
Yeah.
So then you you miss everything that's going on. And I have FOMO. So every now and then I'm like, wait, what is everybody doing? And that what is everybody doing is the equivalent of being online. But the problem is when you go online, you're just lured in because it shows you things that you like. We were talking about algorithms. So I'm like, guys, I'm just going to go to the toilet. I'll be right back. And then I'm in the living room now. That's me. Like, it's very difficult for me to come back into the room. You get sucked into that. I got to have the best and drive the best and look the best and do the and then once you're in it, it's like keeping up with the Joneses. And it's turning the world into this rat race, superficial, empty. It's actually really sad. And I was saying this to my husband. We have 2 children that we're raising in this world. And I don't want them to fall into that trap. But if they don't, they're going to be the losers. Like, who doesn't have a phone at 7 anymore?
Like, they have to have it.
They have to have it. Yeah. You have to be on Roblox. You got to have Snapchat. You need to have a YouTube channel. Otherwise, you're just a loser, or you just are different. And different doesn't always mean you have that community. Then you like fall down. Then you don't get invited to things. And it's really hard. Like, the balance is hard. I try and stay relevant, but also sane.
Yeah, and have a balance. I think life comes down to balance.
Yeah.
If you have a takeaway every night, you'll probably gain weight and you'll probably feel shit. Whereas if you have it once a week, right,
it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
80-20 rule.
Exactly. And I think perception's really interesting because, like, people, especially on the YouTube front, they'll perceive these guys or girls as like their heroes. And they'll be, this guy has the best job in the world. Like, he has, and I've had this, people are saying, you travel all the time. I'd love to do that. And I'm like, yeah, but you don't see that I'm on a 20-hour flight economy because I can't pay for business class.
And you're tall.
And I'm tall. Yeah. And then I get there and I've got 2 days to film on a time flip. So I'm maybe 12 hours out of my time zone. Then I need to come back and I need to make a good video.
Yeah.
It's not enjoyable. A lot of the time, listen, it's great. I'm very privileged to be in that position. But the perception is so different from the reality. And people have this perception of social media, like this woman or this guy that owns this business has this dream life. They don't. Normally they're miserable. Like they're absolutely miserable.
So it's the show and the backstage. And we're all comparing our backstage to your show, because nobody's going to show you the backstage. There's very few people that show you the backstage. And it's the exact same for me. Like, you got the house, you got the kids, you got the business, and you look X, Y, and Z. I'm like, babe, I cry at least twice a week. At least. Over nothing.
And it's also your responsibility. I feel like what people don't see, especially when it comes to business, is they see the fruit of the business, what it can produce and supply, but they don't see the fact that if you go on holiday and something bad happened, like, you were essentially in control of it. You need to come home. Like, you don't get a day off, because if you had a day off, things would stop moving forward.
Like, you are the nucleus of your business, and that's tiring. It's really tiring. You know, I always promise myself, right, January's gonna come, I'm gonna get X amount of time off, and then it's December again. I'm like, I did it again. Okay,
happen?
Like, what? I'm really tired. Okay, next year I promise. But year on year, you're gonna get busier. Your responsibilities are gonna grow, and therefore you have less time. They will get to a point where you pop, and then you've earned the privilege to have time off. But that takes years in a business, years. And when it's your passion and you love it, you just want to keep pushing it to the next level. So I think you're bang on. People just see the show.
How have you balanced that? Because I'm guessing if you have, and it was a very similar thing to me, it was a passion, and you know, I would do this for free. So like it really blurs the lines when you actually make it profitable, because you end up just working for free. And then all of a sudden, like, your work becomes also your hobbies, but then you don't have any hobbies because your work is your hobby. Like, how do you balance that?
Oh man, that's such a difficult question to answer, because I don't think I have mastered it yet. I'm trying. Some months I'm better than others. And I say this all the time. I think you can have it all, just not all at the same time. So when I take my time off, and I really mean I'm off, I'll be available online and I'll do the emails and things, but I'm not injecting. I'm not on my gloves. I'm a wonderful mom. The house looks good. Like, the meal preps are done and everything's good. But my patients are complaining. I've got a wedding coming up and I need an appointment and I didn't make it. So I feel like I'm letting the business side down. And then,
so like personal life is letting the business down, and then when you focus on the business,
exactly, it flips. So then, like, my kids are crying and they're not sleeping well, but I've taken a gross earning. It's been crazy this month, and that's wonderful. I don't think I have the answer, honestly. I don't think I've mastered it yet enough to have the liberty to say this is how I do it. I still am figuring it out. Sometimes I'm better at it than others, but I want to set boundaries that I'm strict with next year, because the kids are getting older and I really don't want them, you know, they're young right now. They'll forget that I'm not there all the time. But when they're older, I want them to remember that, like, mom took us to meet Santa and she was there at sports days. And, you know, I see like Princess Diana running at sports days and stuff. I'm like, if she had time to take it off, like, I can do it. And if you are prepared, or you plan, your patients will get it. Your business will get it. You just accommodate more support for when you're away. But I don't think I'm doing it right now.
I don't think there's a way of properly doing it. I think it's kind of a loaded question, because there isn't a way of properly having balance.
There's none.
Like, because business involves sacrifice. Any business you're in.
My sacrifices are my friends. I don't see my friends. It's a miracle I'm in group chats, because I don't go to anything.
Don't reply.
Don't reply. I'm just like a ghost. I'm like, oh, that's cute. I don't go to anything. And then things that I do want to go to, genuinely, when it gets to, I'm exhausted, I'm bust, I can't. There's been 3 events this week that I said yes to that I just didn't go to. And I feel so guilty, but I can't. It gets to the end of the day, my child's been sick, or I ran over, or I've got emails coming out my ears, or invoices coming out my ears, and I just need to do it. Otherwise, I'm going to turn up to the event with like social anxiety, because I have so much to do. It's like, my company is not worth it. As in, like, my company, not my business company. So yeah, it's hard. That was my sacrifice. I would say friends, and my relationships, like, we've become like a co-team, co-parenting, like, tag team. Like, I'm in, right, you tap me out, right, you're in, but we don't have any like romantic time together. We don't go for dates, because that's the sacrifice that we've made, because my husband's running a business as well. So that's the real sacrifices. And that's hard. And you tell yourself it's for a short time. It's not, because the business continues to grow, and therefore those sacrifices are then just eliminated. So I would say be prepared to lose friends.
How did you find the romantic side of things? Because this is something that I, especially in my last relationship, and this one in particular, there was a perception of what, I suppose from a woman's point of view, there was a perception there on the lifestyle that they thought that I leaded, versus the reality, which is that I work all the time.
That's me.
And that, I suppose it's any person that's truly motivated and sacrificing has the same issues. How did you find balancing the kind of romantic side of things, the dating side of things, when you were, young in the business versus?
Really difficult, because the same, my husband and I started dating when I was an associate NHS dentist, and he was a quantity surveyor. We had normal 9-to-5 jobs. I worked 4 days a week, he worked 5. We had time and energy, so we would go on dates, we would go on holidays, we'd go to Amsterdam for the weekend, and it was wonderful. And then I left dentistry and started to focus on aesthetics, and it was just constant. The only time we would talk would be about work. So I'd say, I need a spreadsheet for this. Can you help me? Then he would do a spreadsheet. We would book a cinema. It would come to the night, and I'd be like, I can't. I've got too much to do. I'm too tired. And he was very patient, and because Alex isn't a romantic by nature anyway, his love language is physical touch and quality time. So even us sitting talking about spreadsheets was good for him, but mine isn't. Mine is like getting dressed up and going out and like showing up for each other. We didn't do that for a very, very, very long time. So it does massively impact the relationship. And then you add children to that. Now you've got 2 babies between you in the bed. And then when you're waking up, you're dealing with the kids. And then I'm at work. And then when you're calling, it's about who's picking them up, who's got that, did your mom get this, I'll pick up the nappies. So the romance just dies. The
sexy kind of goes from it.
It's gone. The sexy is gone. And I don't know, not even Justin Timberlake can bring that back. It's really hard. And I remember when we got married, I was saying my vows, and I was like, what a load of mumble jumble like this. Everybody said this. I'm like, in sickness and in health, for richer, for poorer, for better, for worse. But seriously, for better, for worse, in richer and poorer, in sickness and in health, because it's they put them in because they know that that's when you want to get out of the marriage. But you have to just keep reminding yourself, until death do us part. We got to keep going. And it's tough right now because we had kids within 13 months of each other, so they're very young, and both of our businesses have just exploded. So we just coexist. And sometimes I'm like, no, man, this isn't working. I want to be with someone who's obsessed with me the way I'm obsessed with them. And neither of us love each other like that. And he's like, come on, it's just a tough time. So then we stay. And then now he's doing that. I can't do this. We don't talk. And when we do talk, we're arguing. And I'm like, no, come on, we've got to stay. So one of us is always wanting to leave and the other one pulls it back. And then it's the other. But there will be a time where one of us wants to leave and the other one says, yeah, I think it's time. And it's, when you look at statistics, back in the day, it was a 70% success rate for marriage. Now it's 50-50. You speak to any lawyers, it's 50-50 whether you're going to make it or not, because life is just harder. It's harder to keep on top of. Work is busier. It's more demanding. It's whether you're where we are, where we're thriving and pushing and both successful and in the couple, or you are middle class, working class, it's tough. Bills are higher, standard of living, expenses. There's always going to be some level of this sucks. And we are no longer romantic with each other. And so why am I here? I don't want to also be struggling in my personal life. But sometimes I think if I went back to dentistry, would we have a better, sexy? No. I think it's
time. I think a lot of people get into relationships and at the start, we've all been there, it's the sexy is all the time. Yeah. So, and then
'cause you're obsessed with each other.
Yeah, you're upset. And then after 6 months, then you get to a year, and then it's 2 years, and all of a sudden you have a dog, and the dog's shat himself and needs out there.
I know, and vomiting carrots.
Yeah,
we had that 2 days
ago. Eating a battery, and you're thinking shit. But it's very quick that you need to really enjoy the personality of the person you're with. And I see it all the time amongst men specifically. Look how hot this girl looks, and I'm like, yeah,
it doesn't matter.
But man. What is? Do you think that you can actually talk to this woman
for more than 5 years
and not drunk?
Yeah,
because
that's a big deal.
Yeah, and like 90-80%. This is why dating's so non-successful, because normally we're besotted by, oh, look at the lips and the boobs and the bum, but actually does the person speak your language? Does she have the same moral code as you? Can you agree? Family values. Yeah.
This is why we were talking about, like, first child. I would never marry a first child. I mean, my husband is first child and he's wonderful, but as I'm not a first child, I didn't have that upbringing, so it just doesn't gel. And your core values are really important. But I also think questions that you've got to ask your partner is, first of all, are we having children? And if we are, what kind of education system are you foreseeing them being in? Is it private school? Is it public school? And why? And religion, it's a big one. Like, when you're in your sexy, it's just like, she's cute and like we have chemistry and I'm obsessed with this girl, but how are you raising your children? And do you like her parents' family values? And does she like your parents' family values? Are her parents together? Not necessarily together, but are your parents in the same situation? Like, are they both divorced? Or are they both together? Are they both co-parenting? Because you got to understand the same language. That's stuff that you don't talk about in the sexy.
Yeah.
But it's vital for the long-term prognosis of your relationship.
Yeah.
That's hard.
But it's also just the surface level stuff of social media and dating apps.
Yeah.
Because dating apps are skewed for engagement. Because the more you engage, the more you pay. So actually, the whole setup of a dating app. So my brother's single at the moment, and he's on Hinge. And I think you get, from memory, it shows how long I've been in a relationship, but from memory, you get like 10 likes a day in order, and then you pay. But essentially, to get more. But essentially what happens is, at the 10th like, they show you this woman that's beautiful.
No.
Or they show you a guy that's got jacked. So all of a sudden you're trying to like this person.
And you can.
And you're thinking that could be the one. So then you pay. And then all of it like, it's set up to be besotted by the surface level.
But we're all mating. Yeah. It's just all mating. You're all in the wild, and it's like, who's got the biggest peacock tail? Oh, you. But then, like, the guy who's got the brain and the soul is usually got like 2 feathers.
Or they're not on dating apps.
Or they don't care. Like, my husband couldn't care less about how he looks. He couldn't care less. And on a dating app, I would swipe straight past him because he'd be in Crocs and joggies, and I'd be like, no. It was respectfully no. But he's got the best values. Like, he is a wonderful father. He's driven. He's supportive. He can't cook, but
everything else.
So many values. Yeah, he's got so many values. But unfortunately, in the setup, like, he would swipe, and for me, like, I would have to put, like, I want somebody to engage in me, so I'm gonna have to put up the most superficial version of myself, and then all, like, my brains, my values, my, like, core is all forgotten. I just hope that you find me sexy, and then I'll show you the other parts. I wish that there was almost like a jar, and I could show you my ingredients, and you could judge me for that.
A really big, a really good thing to do that I advise a lot of the pals that I have that are single, that are dating, is go on a really stressful holiday with someone.
And see if you make it.
You'll figure out real quick whether you like them or not. Because the barrier will drop.
Backpack in Thailand.
Yeah, you've got to go to the same toilet and you've got food poisoning. You'll figure out quite quick.
If you like each other. Yeah.
Whether you really like the person.
It's so true. Because otherwise you're always on show.
Oh, it's
perfect. Like, I'm always wearing my perfect outfit. I'm all waxed and plucked and everything's looking good, and I'm in 6 by Nico and I'm eating with a knife and fork. Take me to Thailand where I got to eat a crocodile from a stick while I'm sweating from fever, and then we'll see if we still fancy each other. It's so true, but like, this hindsight is a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
And it's a tough time to be alive.
It's also the age thing. I feel like when you're young, you don't really, as you said before, the people that are coming into the surgery, sometimes they won't think into the future.
No.
Like, when you're young, you're like, oh, this, heavily tattooed, jacked, steroid man is really hot. And then you figure out, actually,
what's he going to look like as a grandpa?
Exactly. And he's taking steroids. That's not very good for his heart. And if
or
we have kids,
or his situation.
Or the situation there, yeah. So
it's not good. But we are living in a you're chasing the next high. This is with everything, like you're chasing that it's a match, or gambling, like everything is all about the next high. I'm really bad, like my addiction is shopping. Like my biggest buzz is when it says thank you for your order. See, when it arrives, I've forgotten it, and the buzz is not when it arrives.
I've never had that.
It's so bad. I'm like, it's here, and I'm like, okay, cool, I'll open that in a wee bit, and then it's just upstairs in my wardrobe. That's my buzz, and I'm constantly looking for the next dress to put into my basket and buy it. That's what I chase. But people's buzz is external gratification. It's likes on social media. It's like doing the touchdown and looking up to the screen, and that's the part that we're keeping up with the Joneses. It's so hard when you're dating.
Yeah, exactly. But it's also, it's that social conformity thing. Like, how do you date if everyone's on a dating app? And if you're not on the dating app and you go up to a woman,
you're in the bedroom when everyone's in the living room.
Yeah, you're like a weirdo.
And then you only date other weirdos.
Exactly. So there's an interesting thing that happens amongst men specifically, and you see this all the time. To be fair, there's a percentage of them that are creepy. And I get that. And so you need to be very careful and delicate as a man of how you approach a woman. I'm so, I'm quite traditional in my values that way. You need to be really respectful and really kind and but a lot of the time, guys' social circles are in the gym, and a guy will go up to a woman and be like, hi, how are you? Can I help you with something? And the woman records it and then puts it on social media. Look at this creep. And then all of a sudden all the guys see it and think, fuck, I can't even socialize. Yeah, I can't go up to a woman anywhere because they think I'm weird.
Yeah.
So they then all go on social dating apps. So there's no real way to approach a woman. Yeah.
Well, my brother's single. Yeah, my brother is single, 35, very successful, does aesthetics, does dentistry, has a gorgeous house at Park Circus. And I'm like, why are you single? Like, on paper, you are the perfect bachelor.
Catch, yeah.
He's like, I can't do it. Like, I don't know where to meet them. I meet them on apps or dating 7 other guys. And the minor thing that I do is like my elimination card. Like, there's no yellow cards in dating anymore. You're just immediately red. You don't get any warnings like, oh, shut up. And then you leave because there's so many other players on the pitch. And he doesn't meet them out because everybody's in the living room. And he's really struggling. I just don't get it. I'm like, he's got great family values. He's a good looking guy. It's like if Drake and Craig David had a baby, you'd be my brother. He's got a dog. Like, he's a wonderful practitioner. He's a brother to 2 sisters. He's very good with women, like very emotionally intelligent, just can't catch a break. Because he's like, have you tried dating in this current society?
And it's also, you don't know what's real
anymore
and what's fake, especially when it comes to like the photos, because I can see based on my career,
you can Photoshop everything. Yeah,
and I can see, like, my brother showed me he was like, look at this girl on Hinge, we just matched, and I went, have you noticed the bricks behind her?
It's AI, bro. Yeah. You've seen it all like nipped in.
You can see the brick that is normally a square shape is curved inwards. And I was like, not saying anything against the women, but this isn't real.
Yeah.
And you're going to figure it out pretty quick.
Her.
Like, but it is hard for people. I feel like men in particular, they feel so insecure in themselves because they've seen all this stuff on social media about approaching women. So they don't approach women. And as a result, they go on to Hinge and Tinder, where there are hundreds of options. And it's like having too much food in the menu. It's like, what do you pick?
I know, it's like a buffet, but like a tacky buffet. I couldn't. This is why I said to my husband, I was like, we can't break up, bro, because I can't date. I actually can't.
Where am I going to go?
Forever. Where the hell am I going to go? I'm going to be single forever. Please, like, do not. I mean, he'd be fine. Somebody would snap him up. But I'm just too busy working and babies.
How did you find the initial conception of the business?
I don't know. So at the time I was doing dentistry, my nurse had got her lips done. She had her lips done. They were done really badly. She was like, you got to fix these, man. I said, I can't just do your lips. Like, I need to go on a course. So I went on a course, did that, fixed her lips, loved it. I really enjoyed it. And then a movie had come out. It wasn't even that successful. And it was called The Secret to Health. Was it Secret to Health or Secret to Wellness? Something like that. And it was all about like a luxury cabin that you go to.
Water. Is the water bad for you or something like that?
No, it was where you go and you get like IV drips and you're going to look amazing. It was a really, really bad movie.
Okay.
But turns out that what they were doing is giving people this drug that then makes them addicted and they just can never leave. So actually they become ill.
Oh, so they feel good that they've gone.
Yeah.
Right,
but then
okay.
you're just like stuck in this like factory of, and it's just that represents what wellness is in society.
Is it not the one with the water and they drink the water and they get addicted to the water almost because it has these weird things inside of it?
I think it is. It was so long ago. Google it. I think it's The Secret to Wellness.
I think I know what you're talking about. And I actually thought that movie was, I mean, it was shit, but it was good shit.
It was psychologically fantastic. Didn't do well in the blockbusters. Secret to Wellness, or Secret to Healthness.
The Secret to Wealth or Wellness.
Something like that.
The Secret to Wellness movie. Okay, so A Cure for Wellness.
A Cure for Wellness?
Yeah, right. So the
did you watch it?
I did. I actually thought it was. It gets to the end and then you realize that it's like really.
It's really messed up.
It's really messed up.
Yeah.
But it does. It perfectly portrays
society and how we said. Yeah, it's such. I'm actually going to watch that again.
Yeah, it's good.
So at the time, I had gone to watch it with my then boyfriend, and I was like, "This is such a good concept for like a resort, a wellness resort," because I didn't know what the movie was until I went in. I genuinely thought it was like about a resort. I was like, The Secret to Wellness, I like that. Like, you know, if I had a clinic, I'd call it The Secret. And it started from there. And then I made my first card from Vistaprint and it said The Secret to Health. Obviously not in the messed up way the movie was.
Yeah. Then, you'll get trapped.
Yeah, they'd be like, I'm kidding, it's all poison. But then all the treatments that I do are all super subtle. I don't want people to know that you're getting anything done, and it should be our little secret. So it kind of grew from there. And that's why, you know, when we at the beginning we were talking about bloggers and influencers coming in, they kind of contradict what I'm saying because they are all about the show, the branding, that I have expendable cash, and that doesn't go with my ethos. I always say I do wealthy aesthetics. I don't do rich aesthetics. And so it has to be a secret. So the concept came from there, and I just stuck to it until it became the brand that it is now, where people, you know, the kind of patients I treat own restaurants, they own football teams, they have places in Dubai, they live very lavish lifestyles and they don't want anyone to know about it. And that's the kind of clientele that I want to treat, the older patient who just wants to feel good. Because I think if you don't love what you look like in your youth, you're in big trouble because it's all going to go. You need to be loving it then because it's going to go.
It is interesting though how people, like, I remember being 21 and being like, I hate the way I look. And now I look at my 21-year-old photos and I'm like, I
wish I looked like that.
Why did I not appreciate
embrace
that?
it? Yeah. Why are we not like cleaning up in the club, man? You're like, look how hot I am. But it's all your mind. Like, your mind is your limitation. And I don't want to encourage insecurities. And that's the problem with an unregulated industry is insecure, beautiful patients are coming in and they're being validated that they have a reason to be insecure because here I am putting gloves on and fixing you. There's nothing to fix. And that's why I said at the beginning, I found I was then just doing therapy because I was like, why are we fixing here? There's nothing to do. You don't need this. So I would do less or nothing. But then they would just go to the next practitioner that would validate their insecurity and fix them. And then that's just an ever aspiring negative. And then their friends are doing it. So then it goes and goes and goes.
You see the people that haven't got they aren't actual doctors, but they're injecting. Like you mentioned that I could probably just do it here if I wanted to. Are they legally allowed to call that a clinic?
I don't think there's any laws around that.
But because
you can call it a clinic if you want.
Because like if I were to go to somewhere that said, you know, the blah clinic, you know, the treatment center.
Yeah.
I'd be like, these guys must be qualified. And they come out in the white, you know, the robes and they've got the gloves on. I'd be like, these guys,
these are it.
Yeah, these are
it's uniform. It's just really good marketing. But it's annoying because people then call The Secret a salon. Oh my God, I love your salon. I'm like, babe, it's not a salon. Stop. But it's because it's so blurry because so many people are calling them advanced practitioners come into the clinic and you're a nail artist that did a 2-day course and you're just really good at branding. And that's really hard to compete with. It's exhausting because I'm constantly having to put up with clickbait of people that are just better at social media because I'm busy being a mom or
you're
running
busy
a
doing the
clinic.
doing
Like,
instead of, I always find that companies that focus is different when you get a larger scale of company, but small businesses that focus primarily on the marketing are normally bad elsewhere.
Yeah.
And I get this my girlfriend's, she does it all the time. I saw this thing on TikTok, the food looks really good, let's go. 90% of the time, they're great at marketing. The food's shit.
Because you're so busy doing the marketing.
Because they're so busy doing the marketing, and it's a small business.
Yeah.
And it's a huge red flag to me when, listen, obviously, the bigger I do marketing, so the bigger a company gets, it gets
but you have
different.
a whole team for your thing. Like that is your only job. I'm the nucleus of my business. I am the injector, the product orderer, the marketing, the blah, blah, blah. The whole of November, I posted 4 times. I was like, oh my God, what a letdown. But I was busy in November. I was really busy doing the job, which I'm good at. And so it's okay that I'm not good at my socials. But I think people expect you to be unreal at everything. And the problem is they make decisions based off of your socials. So like I was going to say your daughter, wow. Your girlfriend is like, their socials are amazing. It's going to be so tasty. Yeah. That's how we make decisions now. So I have to be good at it. There's no leeway, because as soon as I'm not good at it, my analytics go down. Like my exposure is less. My stories when I'm doing well is like 20,000 people had viewed it, and now I'm like 1,000. I'm like, because I took a break, because I was injecting, so I was tired. It's like you're punished for not playing the game. And then once you start playing the game again, you're like, right, I'm not going to let it go this time. So then you're sucked into your screen time goes up and up and up and up. It's just all a big con. It's so hard.
It's horrible. There's something really interesting that we figured out on TikTok. So there was a lady called Hannah that reached out to you that kind of helps me a lot. And she was scheduling TikToks. So she was going on the TikTok studio and she was scheduling the TikToks because that's her job. She wants to schedule everything. So we're like, why are the views down? The views over the last 3 months have been way down. Why are they down? I got a call from TikTok saying, you've got a meeting with us. We can meet based on a TikTok business account. And I was like, okay, cool. Can I just ask you a quick question? Why is it when I'm scheduling posts, the reach is way down? And they went, oh, we punish people for scheduling posts because they're not on the app.
You have to engage.
Yeah.
You have to be on the app. You have to, before you post your video,
go and like
similar videos and comment and share, and then post yours, and then actively engage in all the comments. Like, they want you to be glued to your phone. If you are going to be smart and schedule and be a robot, that's not you engaging. You're just working. And that's really hard, because I have to actively do that every night. So I'll like a few things and I'll
comment
post and I'm commenting and I'm rescheduling. I'm like, oh my God, I've been on my phone for an hour. That's like a whole hour. I could have done an email or an invoice or played with my children. But that's the only way for them to reward you. Well done. You didn't exist. You were on your phone.
Yeah, I know. It's hard, especially for businesses as well, because they know that the businesses are paying employees, so they've got the cash.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, if you're going to schedule these posts, we kind of know you've got someone employed, so why don't you pay for the promotion instead of, and it's this really blurred line. Did you find, I was going to ask you about this, because it's a trending topic, especially with the new budgets that are up, just been
announced.
How did you find the creation of your business within Scotland? Because from what I can see, without getting political, they really are not favouring any businesses that are local.
No. It's hard. And I've had this conversation with my staff, like, guys, for me to keep you here is costing me a lot. And every year in the announcement, it's costing me more. And we all got to work together to make sure that bums are on seats and that we're, profitable, because I'm going to have to make some really difficult decisions eventually. I'm really lucky, like my team are like a family. We can have these conversations. It's informative. It's not threatening. And they are all working together to make sure like there's no gaps in the diaries and things like that. But I didn't know about those struggles when I was building The Secret, because if I knew what I know now, I wouldn't have done it. It's too stressful.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah. You just learn along the job. And I'm like, wait, what? I have to pay their national insurance. What does that mean? What's the difference with the payroll and then self-employed? You just figure that out. Now I'm VAT registered. What's VAT? What's corporation tax? So if I knew everything that I knew now, I would just stayed as a dentist. I'd have just done an aesthetics through the dentist practice, and I would have gone home and just chilled and had a nice life. But I'm in it now. And the thing that I have to keep reminding myself is everybody's playing the same game. It sucks, but we're all playing the same game. So I just need to make sure that my staff are looked after, that my patients are ethically treated, and just keep going. And I also have learned to disassociate with money, like seriously disassociate, because if you get bogged down on the numbers, it can consume you.
Isn't that wild?
You got to disassociate. It's just a number on a computer that changes, but my life is the same. I eat the same. I drive the same, I wear the same, and if I want to go on holiday, it's the same. The numbers are just getting closer. That's all. Because as soon as you fixate on that, and I don't know if you like do anything with like universe manifesting crystals. My husband thinks I'm a witch. But the sooner you disassociate from it, the more it comes in abundance. And I truly believe that. So I just don't care. My values are my patients and my staff. And as long as they're looked after, I just trust that the money is looked after. And it is. Like the business, touch wood, is growing every year on year. I have my end of year accounts. Even with the new budgets, even with the more going out, there's more coming in because I just kind of stick to what's important to me and I disassociate from the numbers. Because when I was an NHS dentist and I was living in the West End, I would be like, okay, so I've got X amount, my mortgage is that much, my car is that much, and then I've got that, so and I have to put that away for tax, and I've got this much left, and oh my God, it's only like what, and I would get so stressed out about it. It would come to payday and I would lose sleep because I'd be like, oh, what's the number going to be tomorrow? What's the number? I would let the number decide what my month was it would dictate my month's mood. And the minute you just like set yourself free from that, the more it comes in abundance. And obviously, like, I'm not saying don't look at your numbers. You know, cash flow is important and invoicing and where you invest your money is important, but try and not get so emotionally attached to it because you're just going to get angry. You're going to get spiteful. You're going to hate the government and you're going to hate society. And like, you become my brother. He's like, these fucking potholes, my council tax and my road tax. And I'm like, we're all in the same boat, bro. We're all playing the same stuff. We're all blowing our wheels on the same potholes. It sucks, but this is the game. This is it. And you need to, like, you know, we've talked about all the flaws in society and social media and like how we engage with people, the falseness of it. It's a dark time to be alive. Like, isn't it nice to disassociate from one thing though and still keep some ignorance or happiness where you can? Like, my children remind me all the time, like, there's so much to be happy for. So it's a very difficult time to have a business in Scotland. And with every 12 months, they're telling you, we're going to take more, we're going to take more. And that can very easily be turned into resent or anger. And now I understand why old men are so grumpy.
Yeah.
But I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah, and it is a very negative, it comes from a very negative place, I suppose you could say, and it does affect, like, see, when we get bad, and I was really bad for this when I was younger, I'd look at the numbers, and if it was bad numbers, I'd have a bad week.
Of course you would.
Like, I'd be like, we were down last month, and then for the next week, I'd be like, this is shit.
Why am I doing this?
Yeah,
I'm so stressed.
I hate
We're
this.
not even profit. This is fucking bullshit. But disassociate. You've had a bad month. You've not had a bad year.
Yeah.
And it's the same as your calorie intake. You've had a bad meal, but you've not had a bad month. Like, as soon as I disassociated from, so I have a very good relationship with food now. I went through therapy and everything and worked on it, but I disassociated from calories and I looked at values of that food. So is that going to give me energy? Am I going to sleep well? Is that what my body needs right now? Now I eat when I want to and I stop when I'm full. And that's how I look at money. I'll use it when I need, and the rest of it is it's just numbers. It's just, you've got to learn to disassociate. But we live in a society where it's all about, you're constantly your app will tell you at the end of your month what was in and what was out. And sometimes I'm like, swipe. I don't need to see that.
Are you down or are you up?
Yeah. It's in the red. It's why is everything red? Like, swap the colors. When it goes out, give it as a green, and when it comes in, give me as a red. Let my mind shift a little bit, because we talk about, like, even weight loss. You talk about losing pounds. Nobody wants to lose pounds. I want to gain health. I gained a stone of health last month. Wow. No, I lost pounds. It's all
skewed.
It's really skewed. Yeah. And it's very easy to get, especially when you're stressed or you're making decisions or you're trying to employ someone, or who you've employed has left and you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep positive. But if you disassociate from it slightly, not ignorantly, you can keep going. That's how I've done it.
It's quite a good kind of life lesson, that actually, like when you actually, it's also, I think my brother said this to me all the time. He's like, control what you can control, because otherwise you just go bananas. You'll go bonkers because the government are doing something that you can't. It's out with your control.
You just can't. And you're playing the same. I'm in the same boat as you. You're in my boat and I'm in your boat. Like you could be sipping sangrias and sunbathing, where I'm like, what the fuck is going on? We're on the same boat. Just chill. Like, and there's also nothing that I can do about it that's going to change the direction of the boat unless you move country. So get off then. Get off and go to Dubai and deal with their rules and regulations.
And it is interesting because the pros and cons to everywhere, right? Dubai's a scary place.
Mm-hmm.
Like when
I
you
really
really
want to go to Dubai.
Yeah, when you really think about it, Dubai is a scary fucking place.
Yeah.
You go to jail there, you're never coming out.
Good luck when you're in there as well.
What, a legal system in Dubai? You really think you've got a good one?
But they work. I mean, I've had patients that have moved to Dubai and they come back for treatments. And again, you want to talk about social media and the show. Dubai is the pinnacle of that. Everybody is trying to just keep up with their neighbor, not even themselves. Like, they work so they can have their Sunday brunch, and then they got to work. It's crazy. It's not where I want to live. Yes, the UK has its pros and cons. The weather sucks and the taxes suck and it's going up and up and up. I get it. But I have I love the culture. Like, people in Scotland, their sense of humor is unmatched. Like, on a night out in Glasgow, you are going to laugh until you come home. Even in the taxi, you're going to laugh. It's relatively safe. Yes, there's gangs and there's drugs, as there is everywhere. But if you keep out with the riffraff, they don't come to you. Like, I've never had a problem in Scotland. And the whole time I've been clubbing, or nobody's ever done anything to me, come at me, nothing. It's friendly, it's fun, it's got a good vibe. Like, you've got the mountains and you're close to the lochs. It's got good history. It's like, Scotland is great. It is great. The politics suck. They're worse than London. You want to go down and live there?
London's really bad now.
It's
especially
so bad.
I think maybe it's just because when you get older, you're more in tuned with like the news cycle and
crime and like rates of living. And so we work hard to have nice watches. You can't wear that in London.
Oh no, there was a client of mine that bought essentially a platinum Daytona. It's like 120 grand watch, and he's really discreet. Like, he's the kind of guy that has a ton of money, but he would never show you.
Yeah, he's wealthy. Yeah,
very wealthy, but it's generational wealth, so he doesn't show it. Like, it's not new money.
Yeah.
So whenever he walks about, especially in London, he's either not got a watch on or he walks around with long jackets on. He can't see anything. So he walks into a restaurant to sit down with clients of his in London. And as soon as you're in the restaurant, you look around and you go, I'm safe now.
Yeah.
So you take off your jacket. Someone's in the corner of the restaurant, clocks his watch, texts someone outside, blue Daytona, blue shirt guy has this. As soon as he walks out, like literally to get a taxi, he's walking out, machete to the neck, give me your watch.
Game over.
And it's like, it's kind of insane. But then I suppose the only reason that I know about that is because I'm in tune with the news cycles, whereas when you're young, you don't know about it.
Yeah, because you're ignorant is bliss, right?
Yeah.
But my uncle's Rolex got stolen from his locker in the gym.
Oh my God.
Like, they've watched him, they've seen what locker he's gone into, they've waited till he went to the swimming pool, gone. Like, you're in your gym. You're like in David Lloyd. Like, who's following me in David Lloyd? Let's see. The only people that are here are the people that can afford to be here. And his Rolex got stolen from the locker. It's crazy. It's a crazy, and they're in London.
But people are desperate. I think that's why people feel so betrayed by the government.
Yeah.
Is that people are really, I'm in an extremely privileged position, as are you, but there's people that can't. They're like, what do I have for dinner? I don't know what I'm gonna do.
So hard.
And people are, I can understand that people are like, I'm gonna take something from someone that has everything, because I have nothing.
Yeah.
And they won't notice
They won't see it.
I can listen, it's wrong, but I can understand the mentality.
Yeah.
I think where people in the UK really struggle is when the government are coming out and going, we're going to tax family businesses, but Amazon, you're fine. You're based in the Cayman Islands. Yeah, you're all right.
Of course they're based in the Cayman Islands. Of course.
Yeah. Starbucks as well, or
move me to Gibraltar. That's where I want to be.
Yeah, because zero tax.
Or Monaco, yeah.
Yeah, and that's why people, I think, feel so betrayed by the government.
But I didn't always have what I have. So I find it difficult to understand, because I was once homeless. Our family were homeless, and my parents never went to that level. We just had good work ethic. So I think there's something that's corrupted the human, because I was born in the north of Iraq. I was born in Kurdistan. In the second Gulf War, we had to flee because my dad was a human rights activist and we were in danger. And we left. We went to Malta, and then in Malta, we came to Glasgow. And when we got here, we were homeless. We came to Glasgow because my mom and dad met at Glasgow University. This is the only other home from home that they knew. They had friends here. They were like, let's just go somewhere we know people. We were homeless. We were in a homeless shelter. We like all stayed in one room in a house that was shared with other homeless people. We like had a communal kitchen, and we went to school, and all our uniforms were hand-me-downs from the parents in the years above. It's like we also had nothing, but my parents never thought to go to that level of crime. And you know, Christmas is like we'd get a can of Coke and an orange, and I'd be like, oh my god, a can of Coke, and it would take me like a week to drink it because I just couldn't believe I had like designer drink. But it's because we were enlisted in good values that like appreciate what you have while you're working for what you want, but this is what we have is enough. Like you're warm, you've got food, and you know sometimes our food would be noodles, but it was still food. I would sleep with a full stomach. Now I have what I have. It's wonderful, and yes, I am privileged, but I didn't do anything criminal to get there. So I find it really difficult to understand the desperation because I'm like, but you live in a government, in a country where the government gives you money. You get benefits. Do it. But then you're looking at immigration. So these guys can't get benefits because they're not legitimately here. And then you want to talk about laws about immigration and who is here illegitimately and why they have to go to crime because they can't make use of the benefits, which is a whole other subject. So yeah, it's more corrupt than we think. Like these guys are desperate, but also illegally here and cannot make the most of what the system has set up to support these people that are desperate. When we came here, we were legitimately here and we had some form of support. So we were put up in homeless shelters, our bills were covered until my mom and dad made enough money and then they started paying, and then we were in a council house, which then they eventually bought. I went to education, I got my degree, bought a house, and then it all went from there. Like we did it legitimately, but we had support. Much less support than you would have now. But that, you know, like a machete for a Rolex, that's a whole different level of desperation. Yeah.
How did that change the way you looked at life?
Oh, that's deep. It swings. It's like Jekyll and Hyde. And I'm very aware of that now, like in my late 30s, is sometimes I'm like, I have all this stuff and I worked really hard for it, and I want people to know that I have it, and I want to be inspiring to, you know, like you can come from nothing and still get it. I'm like not loud about it, but I'm proud of it. So I'm like, I have that car, and this is my clinic, and this is my house, and blah blah blah. And then other times I think, oh my God, I'm so grateful for what I have, and I really don't want it to go away. I'm just going to be quiet, and I just don't say anything to anyone or do anything or wear any nice clothes, and I just shut down again. And then I flip and reverse, and I flip and reverse. Sometimes I'm angry that people are ahead of me because they had more help. So mommy and daddy bought their clinic, or mommy and daddy paid their bills, and I'm like, I just gotta do the work. I have no safety net. You know, if I can't pay a VAT bill, there's no one I can turn to. I can't say like, mom, dad, they have no money. They also didn't work in either country long enough to have a pension. So they all are in their 70s and have no money. So I employ them, I pay them. So that part really annoys me. I'm like, well, they couldn't stay in their country because it was so corrupt and there was war. And then, but they didn't work long enough here to have the benefits. So they're gubbed either way. And that makes me really angry. And then other times I think, okay, well, I know what I had growing up and what I suffered, and I want to make sure my kids don't have that. So then I want to spoil them. And then the other parts, I'm like, no, you don't want to spoil them because look at the values that you have and you had nothing. And it's really hard. Like when I was growing up, I was just enjoying my life. But now looking back on it, this is what I talk about in the podcast, is it obviously has a huge impact on how you view life and religion and politics. And it's still happening. Like war is still happening. You've got Gaza and Palestine. And I'm like, why the fuck is this still going on? Like, why can't we just all get on? There's rules and regulations, and why can't we just play by the rules? But there's men and ego and power and money and oil and land, and and we talk about social media on this level and like watches and lip fillers. These guys are talking about land. Like, I own the most land in the country. Like, who are you? I'm the most powerful man in the world. Who are you? Well, I'm the most corrupt and I can scare people. And so they're doing it
I'll
on
assassinate
like,
you.
yeah, I got weapons of mass destruction. Yeah, well, I'm the president of the United States of America. And that's what they're dealing with. Like, imagine the keeping up with the Joneses they're dealing with. And it makes me angry a lot of the time. And then other times I'm grateful, and it just keeps flipping.
So would you say you're driven? Like, I asked the question a lot.
Yeah.
So is it a drive, or is it based from, like, is it more you're dragged instead of driven?
I'm driven. I'm driven because I'm scared. And what I'm scared of.
But would you not say that's more towards the dragged side because you're running from something?
I'm running away from not insecurity, instability. Like, I lived in a home that was taken from me, and now I live in a home. Who's to say it can't be taken from me? So COVID for me was really triggering. I was like, wait, what? I can't do anything? I thought I was safe.
Yeah.
So I'm Will Smith said something that really stuck with me. Not that I rate him anymore, but
the slap maybe just decreased his his popularity.
This is pre-slap. He said, having money is not everything. Not having it is. And that really stuck. It was an interview about the pursuit of happiness. And it's true. And this is what I mean about disassociation with money. I don't care about how much I have. I really couldn't care less if it's 2.7 million or £20. It just needs to be as far away from zero as possible. And the further away I get from zero, the more I think I'll feel secure, and the less I feel secure, because taxes are going up and they take more.
You have more to lose.
Yeah. So then I'm like, oh gosh, shit, push it more. And now it's even scarier. I'm like, okay, we're fine. We'll just push it more. And people always say, like, what's your drive? I don't want to be near zero ever. And zero, not just in a monetary term, but also in like my house, my passport, my nationality, my safety as a human being on this planet. And that is out with your control. That's, as your brother said, some things you just can't control. And that's my drive. Is it dragged? Probably. But I just don't want to be near zero ever, ever, ever again. And now I know I support my mum and dad. I employ my sister and my brother. I am the pinnacle of that. So if I drag, then everybody else drags.
Yeah.
And that responsibility keeps me going. That responsibility makes me engage at 10 p.m. and makes sure my socials are going. It makes me do collaborations and podcasts on my days off. And because I know the bigger picture, the longer thing is that I got to be as far away from zero and make sure that these people that depend on me are safe. And then I have to lead with that. So I have to pretend that I'm safe, but no one is. No one's safe. So it's exhausting. It's really tiring.
So there's a podcast you should listen to with the CEO of NVIDIA. And do you know NVIDIA?
No.
NVIDIA is they're worth billion, one of the richest companies in the world now. And they basically create AI chips. So they were part of the AI boom. Their valuations is billions. This company is ginormous. And the owner was on, I think it was a Joe Rogan podcast. And he was talking, I think he's great. His interviewing techniques, because he just chills out.
He's so good.
He's great. And he then he was talking to the guy that owns NVIDIA, and he was like, what, do you not work now? Like, now that you're worth a couple of billion, surely you're. And he goes, no. 7 days a week, I'm shitting myself all the time.
Yeah,
and he's like,
more than ever.
Yeah, you're a billionaire. Why are you shitting yourself? He's like, because someone's going to take it all away from me. And he really believes that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really driven out of fear. And it's interesting when you look at most successful people, they've all started from a place of insecurity.
Yeah.
Like most of them, maybe they haven't had a place to live, and they go, I'm going to buy tons of property. And all of a sudden they've got hundreds of properties.
But it doesn't undo that childhood trauma. It never undoes it. And you can do all the work in the world. I've sat in life coaches and therapists, and they're like, but you're here now, you have a British passport, everything's okay. I'm like, it's not.
Yeah,
it's
I need
not.
more.
It's not. And I still get people saying, where are you from? And I'm like, oh shit. Like every time somebody asks me where I'm from, I'm like, I don't belong here. I have no right being here. And then like I went to London and for a conference, and after the conference I was having drinks, and I was at a window, and then a homeless guy like walked past a few times. He came inside, came straight up to me. He was drunk, and he was like, where are you from? I said, Glasgow. He was like, nah, where are you from? I said, Malta, because it was just easier than saying Iraq. And it was acceptable because I said Malta, and Malta's glam and it's sexy. And I was like, had makeup on and everything was fine.
Why do you think it's more acceptable?
Because it's glamorous. It's Malta. But Malta and the British history are really tight. Like they were in war together.
Do you think it's more socially acceptable in the current climate? Is that what it?
Yeah.
Right.
For me to say I'm from Malta, people are like, oh, you're from the Mediterranean. I could tell by your skin. That's the first thing they say. I could tell by your skin. You're dark. And yeah. So do you speak Maltese? I'm like, no. But if I said, oh, I'm from Kurdistan, number one is, where's that? Oh, it's a region in the north of Iraq. Iraq? Wow. Okay. What's that like? What's the war like? And then I've opened a can of worms, and then I'm being judged for it. And I want to try and raise awareness that I went home in May and I took so much content, and I had all these ideas. I was going to utilize my platform to educate about the north of Iraq and how it's a wonderful country. It's beautiful. It's very like Costa Rica. Like the land is untouched and the people have heritage. And I just didn't do it. I was like, what if it affects at the time there was a lot of protests about immigration, and I'd come back and one of the windows had been smashed in the clinic, and I just felt really vulnerable. I was like, oh no, this isn't a good time for me to boast about how I'm from the Middle East. Like, let's just park it. So I just archived everything. But if I had gone to Malta, you better believe that content would have been viral. Like, where did you eat? What did you wear? That's amazing. Malta's so nice. I've been. My aunt mine. And it's just more socially acceptable. Even now, I'm like 38 next year. I've been here like 28 years. I pay my taxes. I have a business. I employ local people. Like I am one of us, one of you, one of. But it
shouldn't be one of it. Like I think in any society, it shouldn't really be one of
anything.
It shouldn't be one of anything. Because my mum's, my dad's mum was from Austria.
Yeah.
So technically, I'm an immigrant when you look at it that way. So I'm so pro immigration, but it's just when it's done in the right way.
Yeah, just do it legitimately. Like come in, apply, make sure there's room. You're not taking from anyone else. Like the way that we did it legitimately.
Yeah. But it's still wrong that there's that skew of like.
Even now.
Yeah, even that you're saying, oh, well, I'm part of, I'm one of. It shouldn't be that. It should just be, well, I'm a human, so I'm.
It's. Do you know? People use it for clickbait. So I am.
Are you close, by the way?
No, I'm okay.
You sure?
I'm opening a second clinic in 2026.
Oh, congratulations! Whereabouts?
Oh, I can't say yet.
Okay.
I can't say it, but it's in a really luxurious. I'll say off camera.
Okay.
It's in a really luxurious, like, place in Scotland that's got a lot of history and it's like loved and blah blah blah. So I spoke to my PR management about announcing this. I was like, we got to get all our ducks in a row because once it's ready to go, I want it to be out there. And
you have a PR agency?
Yeah, Flat White. They're really good.
Okay,
we can talk off camera.
We'll talk off camera.
Yeah. Edit that out. So they were like, yeah, we've got these guys that are impressed. Like, let's get you with them. And they wrote an article. So I had an interview with the girl and it was like really nice. I was like, this is really important for me because like it solidifies me as a heritage in Scotland. I feel like part of the country and blah, 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 blah. The country's been so good to me. And it came back for me to proofread it. And the headline was immigrant to residency.
Oh my God.
I was like, I'm not even reading that. Are you joking? Like everything that I've achieved, you had to pigeonhole me to immigrant to residency.
You've just destroyed that in one statement.
I'm not reading it. And you're not going to be the one that's going to do the press because you have clickbaited and pigeonholed me into something that's trending just now.
Yeah. And
you went straight to the immigrant part. Like nothing about like a woman in business or Scotland or expanding or this building. It's
okay.
Is
we can bleep it if you want.
We'll
bleep it.
This building is like innovative and it's keeping up with the times and it's been here for hundreds of years, but here it is setting standards. And no, you went to immigrant. And that was only like 2 months ago. I'm like, how is it even now that I married a Scotsman in a castle, I have Scottish children, that I'm still not enough. Still not enough. You're constantly reminding me that I broke the mold. Well done. And stuff like that, it really triggers me. Now I've got to be even further from zero because she's just reminded me that it doesn't matter.
Yes, you've got to get even bigger.
You've got to get bigger, yeah. it's really triggering.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it's getting worse, and I think the reason that it's getting worse is because the government aren't sorting it.
Yeah.
There's people that cannot eat or heat their homes, or are elderly and can't heat their homes.
Yeah.
But they're bringing over, it's a bit like when you're on a plane and the oxygen mask falls, they go, put your own mask on before you help others. What's happening right now is
just now.
and what's happening now. And by the way, I'm pro-immigration. I think it's a great thing. I think it's really,
but
really good.
Legitimate immigration,
if it's done in the right way.
It's the same as the regulations and aesthetics. I am here for everybody, every man and his dog doing it. It's a wonderful service, and I think people should have access to it if it's done properly. But not everybody. Like, you got to have at least a medical background. If you're going to come in here, we will have to understand why it's legitimate, and you're going to pay into the system again, right? Whereas there's people coming illegally. And I know this because my mum would interpret for the government. She'd do it for the, oh my God, the passport control or government control. And she was like, they're all lying, man. I'm just translating lies all day. I can't do this anymore. They're all lying. They all have the same story, because I translated for that family and then I translated for the other family. It's the same story. Like, you just get, if you say this, they'll give you a home, and then they'll do this. Like, couples were coming over, families were coming over, they were claiming domestic abuse, so then they were getting 2 homes. They were actually living in one, renting the other. I'm like,
oh my God,
this is so corrupt.
Yeah, it's so backwards. Yeah. And you've got people here,
that
residents,
don't have a home.
Yeah.
Or they're living like 3 generations in one, because they're doing it legitimately. They're waiting for a house. But these guys, they are going to skip the queue because it's domestic abuse and there's children involved. Are you joking? And then they're like working cash in hand. They're getting the rent cash in hand. These guys are living spenny. And you and I is like, your personal tax is due on the 31st of Jan. I'm like, why? I've just done Christmas, man. Come on. Like, corporation tax is due. Why? I've just done Christmas. And we're just trying to keep up. It's whereas they're living the life. They're like, one of these guys that is within the community that we know of is driving a Bentley. I'm like, I could never.
Yeah.
But even if I could buy it, but the running of it, like the insurance and he's not insured, he's not paying road tax, he's just driving a Bentley. And Muggins over here is like applying for my road tax and making sure my TV license is paid, and like playing by all the rules.
Yeah.
It's really hard. It's really hard.
Well, I think we just put the world to rights.
I know. Jesus. And now if you're still happy, tune in for season 2.
Well, listen, no, seriously, I just thank you so much for coming in and talking us through some of that kind of stuff. And it's really interesting to hear about the background, especially. I didn't know that. And I think it's a pretty awesome story.
Oh, thanks.
I think from like where you've come from to where you are now. And it's not about, as the article wrongly said, the race and where it's come from. It's the fact that you've actually done it independent and for yourself, and to have and I don't mean to say that men can't be successful as well, but to have a woman do that within Scotland is it's an
whilst
incredible
having
achievement.
Babies,
whilst having 2 children.
I think when you said, do you think it affects the way that you live your life? I think I know it affects how I treat my patients, because I know how I want to be treated. So I treat everybody the same. Like, everybody is blanket. I don't care where you've come from, how much you have, what you want. Like, I treat you as a face with a heart and an emotion, and then
As it should be. Yeah.
As it should be, yeah. And I'm not attached to what money I can make from you. I just want to make you feel happy and secure and safe. And so it has affected how I am with my patients, which shows, because people obviously then talk about it, and then it goes from there. Yeah.
Yeah. Where can people find you? I know we talked about it a bit, but where can people find you social media wise?
Social media is Dr. Kaly Jaff.
Yep.
Then also the Secret Glasgow. Clinic, I am right behind Ibrox Stadium, which also I did not understand the implications that would have.
Yeah, the Rangers Celtic thing.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm not a fan of anything, guys. I'm all inclusive. Is on 705 Govan Road, which is just behind Ibrox. And the website is being renovated just now. It's going to launch in January. I don't have YouTube yet. And my podcast is Keeping Up with Kaly on Spotify.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. I've had the best time.
Thank you. How did you find it?
It was good.